it's me, and I'm at home now. Oh, the journey home was ridiculous. Basically, every week I get the coach at 10 to 2 from Southampton coach station. And I went and got Subway, went to the coach station, waited, and then at 20 to 2, a man came out of the ticket office into the waiting area and said, Is anyone waiting for the Gatwick coach?" And six of us put our hands up and said we were going. And then he went back into the ticket office and was on the phone to somebody when he was asking us. And then about 5 minutes later, there was an announcement over the tannoy saying that the coach was running late, or it had been delayed, and it would be 50 minutes late. So we then waited, and about 40 minutes later, after it was supposed to come, the man came out on the phone again and said, "What time are people's flights from Gatwick?" And one of the people had left by this time. They'd switched their coach to a later one. I don't know why. And the other four people were two couples. They were separate though. And they checked their flights, like what time they were, and one of them was at 8, but they had to get there 3 hours early. They had to get there at 5, because it was to Dubai, I think it was. I don't know why they had to get there so early. And then the other one wasn't until a bit later than that, I think. And then, so he did that, and he told the person on the phone, I think, and then went back into the ticket office. And then about I think 5 minutes after that, there was another announcement saying that it was going to be 20 more minutes. And then the man came out like 15 minutes later or something. He wasn't talking to anyone. And so one of the people went up to him and said, "Do you know what's going on yet?" And he said, "Well, the coach broke down, and so they had to change coaches in Bournemouth, and then it's run into traffic between here and Bournemouth, and so I don't know how long it's going to be just yet." And then about 10 minutes after that, he came back out, or he had said over the tannoy system announcement, saying that it was in Southampton, so it would be there soon, and it arrived 5 minutes later, and by this time it was 3:30, I think it was, and the coach was supposed to leave at 10 to 2, and so we went, and I was the first in the queue. It was only me and these four other people, and the driver got off the bus and said, "Anyone going to Farnham? Only passengers to Farnham." And I said, "But it says on the side Gatwick, and this is the right service to Gatwick." And she said, "But we're not going to Gatwick, we're going to Fareham." And I said, "Well, I've been waiting here since before the coach was due, and it broke down and then was late, and I need to get back home because I've got to work tomorrow, and these other people had to get their flights as well, so they need to get back to Gatwick even quicker." And she was like, "Oh, I'll go to Gatwick then." And she put my bag on, and I think she'd been speaking to the National Express office, and they must have said to her, skip everywhere after Fareham. And so when I got on, there was one man there, and he was going to Fareham, and so we dropped him off at Fareham, and then went straight to Gatwick, and they bypassed Portsmouth and Chichester, there's 2 stops in Portsmouth and 1 in Chichester. So I don't know if there was anybody there waiting for them, but there was another coach at 4 o'clock that was going to Gatwick, so I guess they just said, "Don't bother going there, just get rid of the passengers that you've got, and then finish, and any passengers left over can get the 4 o'clock one." which I thought was a bit harsh, because if you've got a flight and you need to be there, you get the coach on time. Like the couple that had to be there 3 hours early, they would have got there fine if the coach had been on time. But now that I think they had to like run for their plane. I mean, they went to the North Terminal, I was at the South. But yeah, they must have had to run. And then I got a train back to Merstham, and I got on at Gatwick, and then at Hawley, the next stop, two people got on, and they sat. I was in one of the 6-seat sections, and they sat down. One of them was next to me, and the other one was opposite. And they started complaining about their school to each other, and like saying how they thought they'd be doing more in life, and just having this really funny conversation. I thought it was hilarious. Like, I was sat in the corner just like laughing to myself, and I thought that would be a brilliant. Like, I think that would be what I think it's called Teachers on BBC Two. I think it's a soap opera about teachers. I can imagine that's what it's like just teachers complaining about it and saying, "Oh," like the guy said there was a guy sat opposite me and a girl sat next to me, and the guy said to the girl, "Are you gonna go and get wasted tonight then?" She was like, "No, I'm gonna have an easy night tonight." And then and then he was like, "Have you ever had a rebellious streak?" Because she was saying that she was gonna go and play games, like board games and stuff, with her friends. And she was like, "Well, at the moment, yeah." And he was like, "I mean a real rebellious streak." And she said, "Probably in my third year of university." And he was like, what did you do?" And he was like, she said, "Got really drunk." I was laughing to myself. It was hilarious, the stuff that they were saying to each other. And I thought that would be brilliant, like YouTube video. But I think it would only be funny with those two people, because the way they were interacting with each other was quite funny. I found it funny at the time. Anyway, I've been talking for a while now, so I will talk to you later.
You've just watched Jack Catford.